Hello out there in YouTube land.
Welcome back.
It's been a while since you've gotten to see us like this.
In the same vicinity.
Yeah, but since West Virginia started opening up, we figured, well, it's time for us to get back on our normal course of things.
Yeah, I mean, we're both healthy. We've both been, pretty good, so we're holding.
Yep. Just like most everyone else in this country is, and we thought, let's go into something a little bit different today, something we haven't done yet on the channel, which is a trip down memory lane.
Back from, our childhood, like early Goth.
Yeah,
days.
well, our baby bat days,
Yeah.
so, we're going to have pictures of us with no dyed hair.
Yeah, up until recently, I actually didn't start dyeing my hair.
For those that don't know, Tabby once had this amazing, gorgeous red hair.
But a lot of health and medications faded it. So I started, 2 years ago, I dyed my hair black
yeah.
the first time and fell in love with it. So, but I used to have very bright red hair, which you'll see in my pictures.
And even more amusingly, I was once a blonde.
Yeah.
So, now mine ended up a bit of more meandering path. When I was very young, it was super blonde, and then when I went through high school, it was a darker blonde, and then when I went through college and health reasons is when it started darkening. Now, my natural hair is almost the same color as it's dyed right now, but it's really funny, I was once a blonde.
Yeah, my hair, like I said, when I started the medications and, kind of all the health problems, it started losing the bright red and went to kind of this coppery phase and then started going brown. I just, no.
No.
That's not who I am, so.
We decided to embrace our darkness as it is.
Well, we've always embraced the darkness.
True.
I used to try to accent. I did a lot of black and red, like black and deep red. Because, well, when I was going through, high school and, my early goth days, black lipstick was a commodity.
It was hard to get back in the day. People don't realize that, but unless you lived in, like, New York City or Los Angeles, the only time you could find, like, odd colors of makeup was literally at Halloween.
Yeah, I used to go raid the Halloween stores that would pop up.
Then, the Halloween makeup was absolute shit.
Yeah,
we're not mincing words here.
No.
It's the same thing today. If you go buy Halloween makeup, it's awful.
It's awful. Well, it's made for costume.
Yeah.
So, it's not made for everyday wear. It's not going to moisturize your face. In fact, most Halloween brands break me out.
And most of it has alcohol in it, which is horribly drying.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what you wore.
Yeah, and, back then also, we didn't have access to theatrical shops.
No.
So, in West Virginia, I'm not even sure if there was a theatrical shop back then at all. I knew that there was one up in Pittsburgh, which is a few hours away from us, but not...
I grew up in Massachusetts, and even in Salem, you had a hard time finding things. So,
now that, the makeup brands have gotten way more inclusive.
Yeah.
But the first person, well, not necessarily person, but company that really started putting out alternative makeup on a regular basis was Manic Panic, who most people will know for their hair dye, but they also did nail polish and lipstick and some eyeshadows and foundation, specifically white foundation that a lot of pale people used to use as a mixer.
Right.
But we discovered very recently that Manic Panic has eliminated their entire makeup line off their site.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a permanent thing, but it seems like a really sad direction.
For a very, established brand.
Yeah.
But I've been noticing too, since a lot of the, the virus stuff came out, that makeup is really undergoing a shift.
It is.
And, we're going to see a lot of brands not make it, some make it, so we'll just...
Kind of remains to be seen what happens, but it's sad that they still have the hair dye, but have apparently eliminated every stitch of makeup from their website. So
Yeah.
that is what it is. But we thought we would show you a few photos of what we looked like when we were little teeny tiny Goths.
When we were little bats. So one of the photos you're going to see of me in the next couple of seconds is my senior photo, and really I wanted a black background and I wore black. I didn't have the makeup for what you would consider traditionally goth, so I took my cat. So in the photo you'll see my cat Salem, and she lived to a ripe old age. She was a very good cat. And then before that, or after that photo actually, think about it, you'll probably see me wearing black. I did a lot of black and khaki to kind of appease my mom a little bit when I went to school. And I eventually switched to the full black. But that was kind of me, I think, my sophomore year.
And what year was that?
Shh. We won't talk about that. So that was, the 90s.
Well, I can say that in 1994, that was my senior year in high school. And I'll be showing you two different photos from 1994. One of them was actually a photo that I didn't expect to be taken, which is kind of funny. At the time, I was taking piano lessons, and I was writing music and everything, because I thought I was going to be a rock star. Yeah, that didn't happen. But...
Hey, we're not too old, damn it.
That's true. That's
we're not
true.
too old.
Damn it, we can get out there. But anyhow, so my music teacher snapped a picture of me when I was dressed up like a vampire. And you'll see the really crappy Halloween makeup, and I have like this vampire shirt on and stuff, and fangs, but you'll see the blonde hair because it's blonde. And then my senior picture, I didn't do goth makeup or anything. I did what was my normal makeup back then because, again, we didn't live anywhere that was anywhere close to get anything halfway decent. So I had, like kind of standard stuff, but I wore black and had the long blonde hair. It was really funny. Even with that, I was called Vampire Girl.
They used to call me Witchy Girl all the time.
So there you got it, folks. It actually doesn't necessarily matter what clothing you wear. If you exude a certain thing in your personality, people are going to recognize it.
Yeah.
So she was the witch, I was the vampire, and we haven't really changed very much.
Not really. We haven't. If we had had Urban Decay
Oh, buddy.
in high school, it would have been game on.
It would have.
And God bless him if Jeffree Star had been around then.
I think he was probably in the 90s. I think he was probably in middle school.
Probably.
Which,
We'd have to look that up.
We will. We would have taken Jeffrey under our wing if we would have met him.
He would have been a part of the group.
He totally would have. We'd be like, alright, you like makeup, we like makeup, let's try and come up with something fun.
I mean, I was in the band, everything else, and I hung out with a lot of goth kids. And not a one of us had good makeup.
Yeah. And,
Not a one of us had good makeup.
I hung out with this group that everybody called the Pine Tree People. And the reason they were called the Pine Tree People is literally because at the school I went to, we had off-campus lunch. And so you didn't have to stay in the school or like right around the school at lunchtime. And literally right across the street from the parking lot was this grove of pine trees. So we all would hang out in the darn pine trees and exchange mixtapes on Walkmans and all this stuff.
I miss Walkmans sometimes.
I do too. They were fun. I mean, granted, yes, the earbuds and stuff will still kind of give you the same amount of access to music, but there was a charm to being able to hand out a mixtape to somebody because you, like, accumulated it and you, like, spent time on it, and so if somebody gave you a mixtape, it was like an expression of, camaraderie and affection, and it meant something. Now, I don't get the same feeling as, like, trading, like, a Spotify playlist or something. It's just not the same.
It's not, and I used to eat my lunch on a drum set. I would always hide out in the band room. You know, I was kit drummer, regular percussion line.
I perched on this big, like, concrete, like, platform decorative thing out front of my high school at the top of the stairs. That's where my spot was on this concrete.
So it was, there you have it. I mean, you know, our makeup was awful.
Yes, and you know,
but the spirit was there.
Yes, it was. And the point being is that we learned, which, if we can learn coming from really shitty Halloween makeup, then anyone can learn.
Yes, you can.
So,
by all means, in this time,
yes.
If you're at home teleworking, do your makeup.
Yeah. There's tons of tutorials all over YouTube that will show you how to do eyebrows and eyeliner and, you know, eyeshadow looks for hooded eyes and just anything you can remotely think of. So you just watch the tutorials, find one that really explains things in a way that you understand, and practice.
Practice.
Have fun with it.
Yeah. Play with colors.
Yes.
Play with colors.
We certainly do.
Honestly, sometimes I will take a sketchbook and take my finger, put it in the eyeshadow, swipe it down. Same concept as you would do with a watercolor. So,
and you can actually, if you Google, like, makeup chart, you can actually print out, like, little faces. And, like, you can play with it, like, and, like, do your little eyeshadow things and stuff to kind of map out what you want in terms of a makeup look. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, you know, professionally when they're sitting there mapping out maybe what your wedding makeup will look like.
And what they do for theater and movies and everything. You know, it's just like with costume design, makeup artists have to come up with a makeup plan for the look. So, you know, you can do the same thing for yourself. It's not, you know, something that is only something professionals do. Anybody can, like, you know, print off one of these things and play around with color. There's no reason you can't.
So just, you know, go wild, have fun.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And, you know, without having fun in, you know, classic ways, this is something different you can do.
Yeah. So tell us, how has your look changed over the years?
Because we'd really like to know, because we know ours changed quite extensively.
Man, when Urban Decay did come out.
Yeah.
yeah, my makeup kit grew tremendously because I was like, oh my god, there's actually black.
And, you know, I remember back in the day when I was getting my theater degree, and I had to buy, like, all this theatrical makeup in order, because I was doing makeup in school. And so I had shades that would go for any skin tone, and I had to mix for myself. There wasn't one to match my skin tone.
Seriously. I mean, I did.
It's just really funny. It's theatrical makeup, but they didn't have enough shades, and I literally had to mix bright white with the palest, like, human shade and then a touch of olive to get my skin tone. It was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when I did ballet for years, I used to have to mix my makeup. One year, anybody who has seen Fantasia, the scene with, I think it's Bald Mountain, we danced to that, and we were bats. In the age of not finding black lipstick and black makeup. Go figure. So we literally my entire ballet class raided a theatrical store on the outskirts of Boston.
Wow, that's cool.
It was ridiculous. We were sharing black makeup everywhere.
Well, here's a funny little trick that is done in the dance circle. It's not done anywhere else but that I know of. But the thing is like, you know how you have that, like, little red spot in the corner of your eye? In order to make your eyes look bigger on stage, what we used to do is take a red lip liner and make a dot at the corner of your eye to make your eye look bigger.
Yeah, we used to do that.
And so that was a huge thing with dance makeup.
Yeah.
So if you want to try something new, put red dots at the corner of your eye. I haven't seen anybody doing that.
I haven't either. Not for years. I haven't seen.
We should do that one day.
Yeah, we should.
We totally should do that.
Maybe one day we'll get creative for you guys and actually recreate some of the ballet.
Yeah, because it's a little bit of a unique thing.
Yeah. So, how has your look changed over the years? What kind of makeup did you start out with? Where are you now?
And until next time.
Bye.